Alrighty, welcome back, folks, for the last chance qualifier here at Daytona for the JGT Memorial Race here. And this time around, we are just finishing qualifying, and there is only 10 spots available. So 5 less spots than the past few races here, and we're looking at losing, I believe, about 20 drivers at the moment. So, Russ, how you feeling about this race here, bud?
Well, like I said there at the end of that second heat race, I feel like the intensity is going to pick up a little bit in this one. I mean, we still got 60 laps, but like you just said, only 10 drivers in this entire field now going to make their way into the main event here later tonight for that 200 lap Daytona 500 that we got going on. So I think the anticipation is going to pick up. I think it's going to be a little bit more exciting. We might see a few more cautions, but again, these guys may just, decide to kind of ride it out a little bit, at least get that one mandatory-esque pit stop in, and then race it to the finish to see who can get in.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I would love to see some green flag pits. I want to see what these guys do under green flag conditions when coming down to pits here. Unfortunately, we've not been able to see that in both the heat races, as we've had a caution right about, the pit window time in both races. So, be great to see that in this one, but I do agree with you. The aggression level is going to be very high compared to the other ones, as only 10 drivers get in this time. So,
Yeah, looking right now, looks like Corey Crowell there in the 20, setting the quick time in this qualifying session. In the 49, right there. I mean, again, we're within 100, a couple hundreds of each other here. Oh, again, pretty good qualifying session being taking place here.
it looks like Brandon Sanfilippo just got done with his qualifying attempt. John Ward out on the track at the moment, I think. Nope, just finished his as well. But 30 seconds left in qualifying here, and we'll be getting ready to go green here for the last chance qualifiers. And then I believe the feature will be starting around 7 here, so we'll have a little bit of a, kind of a break period for a couple of these drivers to kind of be able to relax, get the jitters out, and go in and have some fun during the practice session, because we do have a pretty long practice session.
Yeah.
And my producer's telling me as well, because I'm doing a bunch of races back to back. But little does he know, this is light work, sir. Light work. When you love
Yeah, but
what you do, it's not hard.
well, that's what I was going to say, man. We have fun up here, so it's not all that bad.
And I get up here with what I would consider my friends and a good group of guys that I enjoy doing it with, and it works out pretty well here. Yeah, I'll let Russ do the grid this time.
All right, starting grid here for this last chance qualifier. We got Richard Elliott and Charlie Morgan starting on the front row there. Then Corey Crowell, Dana Ryan going to round out the second row. Austin Smith, John Ward, and the number 2 going to roll off P5 and P6. Brandon Sanfilippo going to roll off in P7. Cody Bonelli in P8. Mark Vondell going to roll off in P9. Alex Gates there in that 77 going to roll off in P10. P11 is going to be the number 3 of Austin Sale. Then rolling off in P12 is going to be Chase. Stephen Luttrell in the 36 going to roll off in 13th. Dakota Reeder going to roll off in P14 in the 85. Barry Nelson in the 28. Frank Chavez in the 11 going to roll off 15th and 16th. Aaron Rowland and Richard Ode going to make up row 9, rolling P17 and P18. Mikey Allen going to roll off in P19. Blake Viken rolling off in P20, completing row 10. Kirby Wainscott, Alex Steft going to roll off in P21 and 22. Troy Thomas and Nitrous Cowboy are going to roll off in P23. Kyle Hess in P24. Timothy Eisbrun in the 92 going to roll off P25. And Mark Osher going to roll off next to him and round out this field for the last chance qualifier to make it in to the JGT Memorial Daytona 500 here from Daytona International Speedway.
Yeah, one person I'll be watching to make their way towards the front here is going to be Blake Veakin in that number 51 machine. Possibly even Kirby Wainscott. I believe he was running pretty well in his heat race before he was involved in some issues here. But I'm looking forward to this, man. It's going to be pretty interesting here. 60 laps left in chance qualifier and not as many spots. So
yeah, it's going to be interesting to see too if the outside line here on this initial start still gets as good a runs as they did in those first two heat races. It just seemed like the top side on the initial start of the race just had such strong initial bursts at the top. You know, one or two guys from that outside line were able to get clear of the bottom side before getting there into turn one. So we'll have to see if the 69 there, Charlie Morgan, going to be able to get himself clear of Richard Elliott down there on the inside. We saw that 69 leading a bunch of laps in his heat race. Unfortunately, caught up in one of those incidents that we had, and unfortunately has to come in here and make his way into this last chance qualifier.
that is true, but he is making sure that he starts up there in the front yet again, just like he did in the heat race. If he's able to get, I believe in his heat race, he got such a good start on that outside, he was able to put himself in first, and he stayed there for at least 20 laps almost before he was rigged.
Yeah, he had a really strong initial start to his heat race. Just you know, unfortunately, he got caught up in that incident there, and it kind of hurt him. So, starting on that front row again here for the last chance qualifier. See if we can get it done, finish inside the top 10, and make that main event here later on tonight.
Oh. Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that here, as he might be able to get back out on the track as they go by here. As they're getting ready to take green flags, pace trucks pulling in. Richard Elliott going to be leading us to the green. Charlie Morgan on his outside, and we are green flag racing. And it looks like that outside line of Charlie Morgan getting a really good jump there, but everyone else stacking up, and we got a possible wreck getting ready to happen here, but they are able to get it going. So Charlie Morgan not going to have any help on that outside lane.
It's almost like the 49. It was almost like the 49 started in the wrong gear because he lost a lot of ground.
I'm listening to a little bit of radio communication here, so if I hear anything, I'll let you know. But Stephen Luttrell finally getting up there to the back of that 69 to try to help some of the bleeding there. And then they're going to try to work their way up towards the front here.
I'm almost willing to bet that the 49 there started in the wrong gear. Just with as slow as he got going there, I'm almost assuming he started in the wrong gear. I'm really digging that paint scheme on that 45 or 49 car, bringing it back to the old Brewster Baker six-pack. I dig that paint scheme. Top side there is starting to look like they're getting themselves a little bit worked out. We got the 3-car Austin Saley out there leading that charge on the outside with the 69-36 Stephen Luttrell. Barry Nelson up there too, trying to make something work. Outside line starting to kind of come, work their way back up here to the front just a little bit. Now the 3-car going to dive back down to the inside, leaving the 69-36-28 hanging up there. Now the 69 going to dive in down to the bottom and squeeze in between the 3 and the 59, leaving Stephen Luttrell leading that outside line. See if Luttrell squeezes in this gap here or not, and he is going to. Everybody's starting to migrate their way towards the bottom, it seems. They Barry Nelson,
fellas,
guard there on the outside, and see if the 3 squeezes back up. Oh, he's going to stick down there on the bottom for
I
now.
got to go answer the door. I'll be back in 2 to 5 minutes.
And 4, we'll be here, buddy. Looks like Timothy Eisman there getting back out on the track. We saw him jump down to pit road. I know Timothy's been having some issues with his PC. Not sure if he was having problems prior to the start of this race or not, but able to get out there. Going to be a lap down, it looks like here. So he's going to have some work to do to try to work his way up here and get himself back into some kind of contention. But right now, back out front, the bottom line still holding strong. Richard Elliott in the 2-car. Still showing the way here with Corey Crowell right there behind him.
Yeah, so far, Richard Elliott has shown a lot of speed. Not only so far this race for the LCQ, but also back in his heat race as well. So we know that Elliott's definitely got the speed along with Corey Crowell in the second spot. So we just definitely have to watch these two drivers here. See if they can get themselves over to the main event.
Yeah, I know Corey Crowell. I've watched him running a lot of different stuff. He used to participate when we were running in our league. We were running kind of like a league versus league type of thing, and Corey brought his league over and was running with us. And he's he's fast just about anywhere he goes. So Corey's always one of them drivers you got to keep an eye on, especially in races like these.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's made a few appearances over on the Friday night Super Speedway Series that we run here on Racers Elite. So I mean, seeing him up front here is no surprise, as when he does come out, he's usually contending for the win. If not, he's always finishing up in the top 5.
Yeah, always a strong run out of him anytime he shows up. Looks like that top side there is still trying to make something work. You got Steven Luttrell up there in front of that 49 and the 19 of Cody Bonelli, trying to make something work. See him trying to utilize a little bit of the side draft early on here. Just not quite enough to really squeeze that bottom side down to make a lot of progress. They are still 2 by 2, about 5 rows back there. Oh, now the 69 going to jump up there in front of Steve Luttrell on that outside. Now we're going to see if we can get some momentum going on the outside. Now they're coming.
Yeah, Charlie Morgan jumped up right in front of Steven Luttrell as they come flying out of the turn 4, heading back to the start-finish line. They've made their way up to start running side-by-side with Austin Smith in that number 23 Red Bull machine. So these drivers up on top, they're starting to catch their gear, and they're trying to make their way towards the race leader.
Yeah, starting to see some of these cars starting to dance around just a little bit, a little earlier than what we saw in any of those heat races. Like I said, the that aggression level surely going to pick up maybe a little sooner here in this last chance qualifier. But I'm starting to see guys kind of dancing around here a little bit early on.
Hey, sorry about that, Phyllis. I just had to go answer the door right quick. But did I miss anything interesting here?
No, we're still racing green side by side here.
Oh yeah, you missed it. They were up in the air flipping and everything, man. You absolutely missed it.
Richard Elliott up to the lead, huh?
Yeah, it showed real strong there. The 2-car out front. Like I said, Corey Crowell, one of the guys we're gonna have to keep our eye on because we were talking while you were away. And, just about any kind of a race that Corey shows up for, he's usually pretty fast at. So showed a lot of muscle. But I was just talking about how I'm starting to see these guys dancing around just a little bit more on the track. You can definitely tell that the aggression is just a little bit higher than what it was in the heat races, because it wasn't really seeing these cars dancing around quite as much in the heat races as we are right now.
On that Charlie Morgan has, ran into a little bit of bad luck in the first race, but you can tell he is very quick.
Yeah, he's definitely got a lot of speed. He's been trying to bring that outside line to the front here, and now we see the 3 of Austin Saley jumping up there in front of him. They're trying to lead the charge on the outside, trying to bring this outside line closer to the front. say those top 3 cars in that outside lane were nose to tail, bumper to bumper, all the way down that straightaway. They're trying to make it work.
Well, luckily we haven't seen any like shake and bake today yet, so I am getting a little bit of word of I did hear over the radio someone's car is not liking being pushed through the corners, so
Yeah, I think that was the 3 car there on the outside. I think he was just talking about it, getting a little bit upset there. Whoa, as he squeezed us down into a gap that was barely the size of a car. I think he was getting a little bit upset, or the car was getting a little bit upset on corner exit if the 69 got to his bumper before the straightaway. So looks like maybe he's just dipping down there to the bottom to try to avoid getting hooked around there by the 69.
you know what's better than 6'9", bud? 6'7".
No,
All right, I'll take my
Nope.
kick. Kick me
Nope.
from the Discord.
Get out of here.
Oh man, but top 10 cutoff here. Looks like Benelli's holding about that 10th place. Now, a lot of these guys here towards the back are gonna have to start making their way up here because 60 laps is a long time when you're at Daytona, but at the same time, it's not a long time as you're gonna have to try to work your way through, you know, both lanes to get up here.
Yeah, I mean, 60 laps feels like it's a lot, but I mean, with the way that these guys have been running in the first 2 heat races and the first 12 laps of this LCQ, I mean, these 60 laps click off fairly quickly.
Yeah, I don't mean this by any offense, but I'm very surprised at how fast these races have been going by today. We've been finishing with enough time to take at least a 30-minute break in between each race. That is absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I was saying, and that just boasts to show the the level of competitiveness, patience, and common courtesy that these drivers have been having for each other. I mean, to be able to have these races go by as quickly as they have is a real testament to the skill and the ability of these guys out here on the track today.
Yeah, and I'm gonna work on pulling up YouTube chat right quick. I believe the Steven Luttrell fan club is in the house. Let's see, we got a Let's Go Mikey Allen. So, quick question for everyone watching the race today. Did you get any snow where you live? And if you did, how much?
I don't even want to talk about that.
I think I got almost 8 inches of snow last night or yesterday. It was absolutely insane.
We've had 8 inches or more of snow on the ground since just before Christmas.
Well, see, sir, you must be a northerner, okay? I'm a southerner, and we don't ever get snow like that. So 8 inches is a lot.
Yeah, I'm up here in northwestern Pennsylvania, and we've got.
Oh yeah.
I've got snowbanks taller than I am out there right now, and I'm about tired. I'm seeing the snow. I'm feeling the snow. Of just snow in general. I'm ready to light it all on fire.
I mean, I can completely understand that. I think it got down to 2 degrees yesterday, and it was absolutely freezing when I went outside. But, you know, I still went out there in a shirt and shorts because I'm a little dumb. But we ain't gonna talk about that. Yeah,
I mean, that's the one fun part is always getting to talk to people from the South when the cold weather hits, and they. All you do is you hear them crying about it. Like, you realize I live in that stuff for like 7 months out of the year. Like, I think overnight last night, I think we got down to about -8. But I know the coldest that it's been here where I'm at so far in the last, I'd say, week and a half, we got down to -24.
I just want to pipe in here real quick. Here in Florida, I live about 20 minutes south of Daytona, and we got snow flurries where I live. They were just little tiny snow flurries, but they were snow.
Yeah.
I mean, to be in Florida, one place that never sees snow. I mean, never.
I mean, at least outside the Panhandle, anyway.
Yeah. So, let's look at chat here. We got William Luttrell saying we got about 2 or less, a little dumb. Toasted said we got no extra snow, but last weekend they did get about 2 feet. That is absolutely insane. I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, we had.
And we also got
I
a hey Mike, how are you? So Mike, if you'd like to answer that.
Yeah,
Oh, you already did. My bad.
yes, I messaged that in chat. But I know I forgot to try to pin the first two races to say hello to Mr. Luttrell and Miss Cupcake. I hope you guys are both doing absolutely beautiful, and hope you guys have been enjoying the racing so far.
So I will say the snow doesn't bother me personally, but most people cannot drive in it around here, so we do end up having a lot of wrecks. It's very unfortunate, but it does happen. But getting back to the racing, yeah, exactly. But getting back to the racing side of things, I mean, the outside lane is still just having so many issues getting really caught up here. So as you can tell, most of the field's single filed out for the most part. And I mean, someone's going to have to get up there and make it work, or they're just going to be stuck. And we seen it work, and I believe he won. So it's just going to take the correct combination of people to get it going.
Well, yeah, I mean that's the thing. I mean, you get 5 or 6 cars out there trying to make something happen. It's not gonna work as with having 15 or 17 cars down there on the bottom side. I mean, that top side is going to need about an equal amount of cars as to what's on the bottom to really make something work. I mean, we've seen it happen. We see now San Filippo getting kind of bumped up out of line off the bottom up front there, but we see that happen like we said, in the heat races, but it really took, a big effort by guys to jump up there to that outside line to kind of even the field out to make anything work.
Yeah, but it is still really early as we're getting ready to be, I believe, crossing for lap 20 the next time by, or the start of lap 20. So, still about 40 laps left. And I'm very interested to see if we do end up getting some green flag pit stops here, as we've not seen that at one time the entire day so far. And I'm kind of interested to see how these guys are going to handle this, so we can get a general idea for the future here.
Yeah, I mean that's definitely one thing we've kind of lost out on today with the way that the cautions have flown. I mean, we get, it's about a 40 lap fuel run here, so we're right now about halfway on a fuel run, but it's going to be interesting because these guys haven't had to execute a green flag pit stop all day long in either of their heat races. So, we know what can transpire from having a green flag pit stop. So it could change the entire complexity of the race.
This will take a minute to shout out my wife. She does a lot for me, and she made the most delicious pot roast today. And I just ate some of it, and it was absolutely delicious. Bomb.com. Sorry, I know that was a little random. But it looks like Richard Elliott keeping us pretty calm and tame up here in the front. The top, I believe, 7 cars single filed out, and we're 2 wide behind them. Everyone leaving plenty of room, and everything seems nice and calm for the most part. I am having a little bit of radio chatter, but we're just going to ignore that for right now.
Yeah, as I was just going to say, things look calm on the track, but on our side of things, they're not quite so calm in the radio in the radio realm.
I mean, if you're inside the top 10, I don't see no reason to be upset. You're kind of just chilling. You're single filed out. You're not pushing too hard. There's no point. Just be calm. Make sure you don't wreck the car.
That's the big thing, and it sounds like some of these guys don't necessarily want to just kind of ride like they are. To each his own. But I agree with you. I mean, if I'm inside the top 10 and part of this single file, I'm happy just riding it right here.
I mean, even if I'm in 10th, if I know I'm gonna have 10th, I'm fine just sitting in 10th. But if I'm up here in 5th, I'm smiling right now. I'm just cruising. If I'm not 3 car or Steven Luttrell even in 6th, I'm smiling. I'm having a good time. I know the people ahead of me are thinking the same thing. Like, no point.
But I mean, that's why we're also up here in the booth, not down there amongst the other racers who want to race for 60 straight laps instead of just trying to ride it out and lock themselves in. These guys want to try to battle for this win.
Well, I mean, everyone has a different point of view of things. You know, if you're
Oh,
sitting back
absolutely.
there close to that 10th place, you're about 6. You're like, you know, I could be up there in about 4th, 3rd place, and be a lot more safe than being right here. But it really depends. I mean, the outside line is just now starting to get a little bit of a run here, and I believe they're only catching up to 7th place at the moment. So, I mean, now I might start getting a little bit more worried, but we still got pit stops to go through, all sorts of stuff. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we're not even
there's still,
halfway at this point yet.
yeah, there still could be a caution, anything. So,
Yep. Yeah, still plenty of time. I mean, we're not even quite halfway yet. Just
and Kyle
people want to get a little antsy is all.
Hibbs kind of chilling back here in 25th at the moment, all the way in the back of the field, which is completely different than what he was doing, I believe, in the last heat he was in, where he was running in the front.
Oh man, we got a little bit of a bumper battle going on that top side, man. I was waiting for that leader up the top side to get hooked.
Let me go rewind that because I was looking at the back of the field.
Looked like Barry Nelson there in the 28, just that back bumper just all over the 66 of Aaron Rowland, just seesawed back and forth. That was a recipe for disaster there.
If you want to get that outside line going, it ain't necessarily about being all over the bumper, but you need 2 or 3 cars really tight. Like, you don't have to be bumper to bumper, but you need probably like about a fender between each other, between all 3 to 4 cars there, and you will really start to pick up a lot of speed just doing that, not even like full on pushing.
Yeah, well, what I was seeing was the 28 was full on pushing that 66 all the way through the corner. It was not moving that bumper off.
He's still doing it. Oh, 66 gets a little loose. Almost got into the, I believe it was a 45. 49 machine to Dana Ryan there. So, it looks like Barry Nelson's going to have to calm down on them pushes just a tad bit there. He's getting a little too antsy, a little too early, and I don't think the 66 is able to handle it at the moment.
Yeah, just getting a little bit. I mean, I can understand trying to get that line moving, but I mean, the 66 is also, trying to utilize the side draft here, and Barry's trying to keep the bumper glued to him, but you kind of anticipate that little bit of wiggle and stuff. And this early on, again, still not even halfway. A little bit early, I think, to be trying to seesaw your way across that bumper.
Yeah, and speaking. Yes, they could. They could pit at any point in time, so we might see a little bit of pit strategy here. But a lot of people are probably expecting a caution, I would imagine, especially after seeing that top lane get a little loose like that, not once but twice. And as you see the 66 coming down and getting door to door with that 3 car there, trying to get some of that side draft coming down the backstretch. Oh, here there's a big checkup on the bottom there.
Not really seeing it. But that driver that's been calling, it's been very chatty on the radio this whole race. So,
ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, if someone calls that, it makes me want to lift a little bit. But holy cow, they are
getting
very
close
intense.
to that side draft. I say they are getting really close to that side draft. Barry is doing nothing but pushing that 66.
Hey, I mean, he's making it work for just them two to be bumper to bumper. They are actually making a little bit of progress here, but he's got to be very careful as he's getting really, really hard on the right rear of that 66 machine. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
Oh, absolutely. But like I said, with as close as that 66 is getting to that bottom lane with the side draft, I mean, for Barry to be glued to that back bumper like that, I mean, one wrong move is going to hook one of them drivers.
Yeah, as we about saw right there as we're on board with Barry Nelson at the moment. He actually ended up having to go all the way to the 3rd lane because he almost caught the right rear of the 66. But all this pushing, it was working, but it's also costing him time because of some of these small mistakes.
Yeah, and it almost kind of makes me wonder if, you got Cody Benelli there, the 19, Kirby Wade Scott, the 10 right there behind him. If they're seeing the aggressiveness out of Barry Nelson, that 28, if they're just waiting for something to happen, so they're kind of backing off just a little bit. There was a bit of a gap there between the 28 and the 19. Now I see that gap's closed back up, but it kind of makes you nervous when you're sitting back there, when you're seeing that kind of aggressive aggressiveness, and you're just waiting for something to happen.
Oh yeah, 100%. Because you're sitting back there like, I got wrecked out of the first race. I don't want to get wrecked out of this one. So I don't know if I need to stay here or try to maneuver back towards the inside here.
Yeah, especially for the 19 and the 10, they had some pretty bad wrecks in their respective heat races.
Yeah,
They don't need to have that happen again.
Unfortunately for Timothy Osborne, I think unless he gets a caution, he's going to be stuck where he is at the moment because I think he is scored a lap down.
Yeah, Timothy's he's the only car a lap down, but like we had mentioned, he jumped to the pits from the grid, and like I said, I know he's been having some isolated computer problems. So I'm not sure if he had something right there before the start of the race, but being the only car a lap down, if we do see a caution, he would get the lucky dog and get himself put back on the lead lap here. So still definitely not out of it.
Speaking of isolated computer problems, I mean, I've watched him in a couple of league races where I'm sitting here thinking, Timothy's really fast when he wants to be, but he's the past about 2 weeks, maybe 3 now. He's been having quite a bit of issues between like wheel problems, computer problems. I believe he had an internet problem a couple of weeks ago too, and just some string of bad luck. And unfortunately, I've been on the receiving end of that too, and I completely understand how that feels, and it gets very annoying at times. So he's probably, in the mindset of being a little upset right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Been there, done that. I had to quit racing for a period of time because of having issues like that, but I ended up replacing my CPU, and then I've been good to go ever since. But yeah, it's super frustrating because the one thing you don't want to do is be out there in a field of cars like this, have some kind of a PC problem, and end up ruining half of the field's race. So
yeah, that is.
I definitely feel for Eisburn there.
Well, let's get our producer in here a little bit, man. Mike, what are you thinking of this race? I need to hear your voice, man. I ain't heard it in a couple races.
Yeah, man. Just absolutely enjoying the race here so far. The 2 dual races and now the LCQ, and I was actually just telling my partner that these guys, other than the issue with Timothy at the start of this race, this pack is altogether unlike all the other races that we have seen so far today. So these cars, they're getting ready to come up on 27 to go this next time by, and we're expecting to see some pit stops happen probably within the next 12 laps. So, for the second time today, we're going to see some people come down pit road for a green flag, and they've got to really pay attention. And trouble in the back,
and the caution's out. There goes the green flag pit stop.
Yep, there goes that green flag pit stop, and it does look like Mikey Allen is involved in this one, along with the 77 of Alex Gates.
And that was a very hard lick there for Mikey Allen, or Alex Gates, whichever one got into the ball there. They're definitely going to use the fast repair after that one.
Yeah, definitely very hard hit there for these drivers. But let's go ahead and go back, take a look, see what happened here. Whoop.
I'll say we did the old commentator curse with the green flag pit stops. I mean, we haven't seen them all day. We were hoping we get to see them. And
man, I've been joking with Mike here recently, but every time he gets to talking about somebody in a race, they magically rig.
That's it. I'm going back on mute. We'll have to see.
I'm just playing. You didn't say nothing about neither one of them. It's always good to have you up here in the booth with me as well as Russ. I appreciate both of y'all. So.
Yeah, definitely, and very unfortunate there for the 67 of Mikey Allen, the 77 of Alex Gates, and I believe the 2 machine of John Ward out of Valdosta, Georgia. Definitely very unfortunate for these drivers here on the exit of turn 4 heading to the tri-oval.
But
hold it.
While I got you here, I believe you got an event going on with Major's Garage today. So what kind of event is that going to be?
Yeah, so tonight we are running once again the Intimidator 500. It is the Major Series homage to Dale Earnhardt. Last year, we ran the Intimidator 500 in the 87 Cup cars, which I actually ended up winning last year. Um, but this year, I'm up here in the broadcast point of view, and we're gonna get some a really good, you know, Intimidator 500 racing done. I did one at midnight last night, and that race was absolutely fantastic. Pretty much what we've been seeing here in this LCQ, you know, a lot of good racing side by side, and everybody minding their P's and Q's. Um, but, you know, on a side note, you know, tonight, these guys here, you know, they've got their JGT Memorial Daytona 500 here as well. So, you know, I'm going to definitely be having, you know, racers to lead up while I'm over at majors. But I'm really excited to see what some of these drivers can do in the main event here at 7 p.m. Eastern. You know, I'm really excited to see Andrew Teft make his run in it. I know he got kicked out of it early last year. So he's looking for some redemption this year as he's made the the feature race, and you know, now I'm excited to see who in this this race is going to get through, because I mean we've got some really big names here like Brandon Sanfilippo, Stephen Luttrell, Corey Crowell, Barry Nelson, Wayne Scott, Alex Teff, Troy Thomas, you know, like you said, Viken, you know,
Charlie Morgan as well. I mean, he did
yeah,
absolutely phenomenal in his heat race just to get wrecked.
yeah,
I mean, I really hope he makes it through because he should have made it through in the first heat race there. I feel for him, but
right,
there's so many people in here. You can't really leave anybody out just looking at the whole list.
yeah, absolutely. And I mean, we got to get these guys, you know, moving forward. These guys are having a great time. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't mind watching these guys put 60 people in for 500 laps, because I think that would be an absolute blast. But I mean, that's just me.
That
But
would be absolutely insane.
but unfortunately, you know, we're stuck at 40. And let me tell you what, though, man, we've got a really good race coming up tonight. I'm super excited. We've got our money racers out. You know, they were in full form, you know, during their dual races. So, you know, we're really in for a good treat. And like I said, I'm gonna be eyeing you guys during the JGT Memorial Daytona 500, which is the third annual running of the event.
Yeah, and I mean, we got people from, I believe, Next Level Gaming in here, PGR, we got Racers Elite, and then some people from a couple other leagues I've broadcasted for as well. And I mean,
Oh yeah,
just a good group of guys. And if the feature is anything like the heat races, I'm expecting a pretty clean race here, as we've really not had an eventful day. Just one caution, maybe, or two for one heat race, and one caution for the LCQ and the other heat race. So.
Well, that's
yeah,
one thing I was just going to say was, you know, for this being the last chance qualifier, I'm really impressed that we've gone this long um, before receiving our first caution. Now, I'm hoping I'm not jinxing anything, and you know, the rest of this race ended up being a caution fest. But you know, I was anticipating the aggression level to go up, and really these guys haven't raced much different than what they have for their heat races. As now we're getting ready to go back to green flag racing here.
yeah. As we see Richard Elliott and Brandon Sanfilippo bring the field to the green flag once again here at Daytona. Richard Elliott gets a really good push there by that 23 of Austin Smith as they fly down the short chute heading up towards turn number 1, as they will climb up into the banking. And right now, Sanfilippo all by himself with no help. He is waiting for Barry Nelson to get back to his back bumper here on the exit of turn number 2. And there they are. They are now. No, he's going to try to go around. And so right there, Barry Nelson, he's going to get hung out to dry on that outside. Or
There's
no,
actually
that's
Corey
not
Crowell
Nelson.
up there in the 20. Yeah, I would say Corey Qual up there in the 20.
Yeah, Crowell.
Getting
I'm
hung
sorry.
up there. Getting hung out there to the outside. He's going to go right to the back of this top side here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I just want to hit up on something that Cupcake said. You know, it's a tough race day, though. Yeah, for these drivers in the top 10 that do advance to move on to the main event, you know, it is going to be a total of like 950 miles, I think I said earlier. You know, so these guys all lead. Oh! Corey into the wall. He saves it. He's good. But
Say
only
he had that. Say he had that '59 car, like right on his bumper all the way around, and just got loose, went up and tapped that wall.
yeah, definitely.
And yeah, another league I did forget about, we got Mars in here, Mid-Atlantic Racing Series as well, being represented by the number 20 and number 23. So it's going to be Corey Crowell, and I believe that number 23 might have made it into the feature already.
Yeah, the 20
Nope,
of Austin Smith.
there,
Yep.
run a second.
Second, yeah, I'd say second right now.
Yeah, I mean, so I mean, these drivers, it's definitely a very long day for sure. You know, 950 miles is just absolutely crazy. You know, and then I go back and I'm like, okay, well, after this, I got to produce one more race tonight. So total in less than 24 hours, will have produced 1,450 miles at Daytona today. And
Oh, you're producing a racer halfway across the country.
absolutely. And you know what? Let's load them up. Let's load them up and let's do it again tomorrow, guys, because I absolutely love doing this. It's fun for me. That 69 machine Charlie Morgan got a little loose there on entry to turn 1. But oh, trouble!
Oh,
The 10 already to the
Wayne Scott
wall.
gets hooked.
Beyblade, let it rip. I'm sorry, I
Watch
couldn't
out,
help
babies. What a freaking hard hit into the outside wall for Kirby Wayne Scott.
And that is not what he wanted to see after the first heat race where he was running pretty good there and got involved in an incident with, I believe, the 69 machine of where is he actually? Charlie Morgan there in the
Charlie
69
Morgan?
machine. Yeah, him and Charlie was involved in the incident early in Heat 1 and cost both of them a chance to make it into the race after they had been up front dominating almost the entire race.
Yeah, let's
I
go
think
ahead and
Kirby just flat got dumped by the 3 car there.
Yeah, I believe I
Not
heard
sure
over
what
the radio a bunch of apologies there. The 3 car might have thought he was clear and just unfortunately not clear. So
Yeah, it just comes down off that top, and that's a right rear hook.
oh man.
You hate to see it.
that's a very hard impact for the 10 car there.
You know, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4.
See the Nitrous Cowboy, Troy
5,
Thomas
6.
involved in that too.
Yeah,
Cody Benelli in the 19.
Yeah, once again, Benelli just caught up in somebody else's mess. I feel for him. You know, and let's have a little bit of fun here. And I said, let's ride on board with Cody Benelli.
Just nowhere for him to go.
Yep.
I mean, I don't even know if he had time to register there was a crash in front of him as fast as they were going there.
Yeah, that happened so quick. Yep.
Right on board here with Troy Thomas and just another.
I was gonna say I don't even think Troy realized it either because his wheel never moved.
Let's see what Aaron Rowland saw.
He saw smoke and said, "The hell with this! I'm going on the apron."
Right. Oh, Eisburn barely squeezed through.
And speaking of that, Osborne should be back on the lead lap now, so he's actually gained a few spots.
Yeah,
It's looking a lot better for him here after he had a little bit of issue on the original start here.
Yeah, so Eisburn, he did get his lap back as we run on board now with Kirby Wayne Scott. And now let's go to Timothy Eisburn, see what he saw. Oh,
I think he saw his life flash before his eyes right there on that 59 car, but luckily able to make it through there.
yeah, Kirby Wainscott again. You know, I feel so bad for Wainscott. I mean, I think out of all my time here with Racers Elite, I think I've ever seen Kirby cause one crash, maybe two.
Yeah, Kirby's usually one of them ones that unfortunately gets caught up in things not of his own doing, and he shows a lot of speed, and week in and week out during these league races and stuff, but just has that type of luck that unfortunately plagues him week in week out almost.
Yeah.
Looks like him and Troy Thomas elected to not use their fast repair unless they already used it. I don't know if they were caught up in that first incident or not, but they're still going to have a little bit of damage left here when we go back green flag racing.
Yeah, definitely with all that damage there on the front end of Kirby Wainscott, it's definitely going to be a very tough part for him to be leading. He might be all right to do pushing, but leading is with that damage is not going to be very well for him.
No, absolutely not.
Exactly. I believe we have one of the owners of Racers Elite Network saying Eisburn was running the road course bus stop. I believe he was too. I think we need to go remind him that this is not the NASCAR road course.
Yeah, I'd say the 24-hour was a week ago.
Man, don't get me started on my Daytona 24.
Pretty rough luck.
I'll put it this way. I've ran in every single Daytona 24 since team racing started. This year was the absolute worst start to a Daytona 24 in my entire career.
Man, that sucks. Like I said, we ran it last year, and we finished third in our split in the first time that Adrenaline Racing had run in the 24 in the GTPs, and then we had every intention of running it again this year, and then unfortunately, a couple of the teammates had some life happenings that took them away, and so that only left two of us. So I had to sit this year out, and John, the team owner, went and ran with somebody else. I think they finished fifth in their race, but yeah, I missed running the 24 this year. Now we're back to green flag racing here.
Yeah, we're back green flag racing. Richard Elliott, Chase Mistrada once again going to lead this field up into turn number one, single file. Your top six actually very quick to get single file here with 17 laps to go. Your first car stepping out is going to be Barry Nelson in that 28 machine, trying to make a run on the outside of San Filippo, but not able to do anything with it because of no help. But now that he's got help right behind him from, I believe that's the 51 of Blake Veekin. So now they're going to start to try to make some moves coming up through the field here.
That's what I tell you. I've been calling races there for Racers Elite for a couple years now, and I've called races with Barry, having Barry in them, and I have never seen Barry be as aggressive in a race as I've seen him here in this one here, this last chance qualifier. He has been pushing hard and making some moves to different lanes that I've never seen him make before. It's good to see him having a strong showing here so far in this last chance qualifier, trying to make it into the main event here later on tonight. As now he's pushing San Filippo to the front. They are coming, and they're coming strong.
Yeah, one thing with Brandon or with Barry Nelson today is once he gets locked onto somebody, he doesn't let go. And it's
Exactly.
it's like for him, he doesn't care if he blows up. He's going to push and push and push. And as you see right there, 3 wide. Unfortunately, that's going to leave Sanfilippo to the outside as they go 3 wide heading up here into the tri-oval. Contact,
Yeah,
contact,
Sanfilippo not able
contact.
to, Sanfilippo not able to hold on to the wheel with Barry pushing quite as hard as he was. And Sanfilippo now up there on that outside, trying to fall in here behind Barry and see if they can make this ground back up as we're wrecking in the back now. 89, Kirby Wainscott caught up in this one again. Oh my goodness, poor Kirby.
Yeah, Kyle Hess, he was involved in this one in that number 86 machine. Mark Ozier, I'm sorry, in that number 71 machine, also involved. But man, another tough break for Kirby Wainscott. Let's come back here, take a look as we're right on board again. Nowhere for him to go.
I don't know if Kirby has still got the fast repair in his bank or not, but at this point, I'm thinking he needs to go ahead and use it if he hasn't used it yet.
Yeah, I think we're about to find out, and it actually looked like it happened in front of him with that 20 machine. So we're gonna rewind it just a little bit here, and we're gonna come up here with Corey Crowell in that 24 wide.
4 wide.
Well, okay, well that wasn't it. Right here, he tried to stick his nose in between that 37 and the 85, I believe 85. It was, and that just was not going to work at all.
Yeah, I think we're starting to see some of that aggression we were talking about earlier as we're getting ready to be almost 10 laps to go, probably, once we get done with this caution here. And, you know, only the top 10 get in, and these drivers are trying to make their way up there. I mean, this is for a chance to win up to $500 here, possibly.
Eisburn was involved in this one. Not much he could do in that Shaco LLC Chevrolet, as he does get rear-ended there as well by Austin Sale. That 19 of Cody Benelli riding around that apron transition.
I was gonna say Kyle Busch around the apron again.
Yeah, beautiful.
If I had $1 for, if I had $1 for every time I've seen Cody Benelli pull a Kyle Busch from the apron down there. Man.
And guys, if y'all are liking this action, just keep in mind around 7 p.m. we have the actual feature, which is going to be the full-length Daytona 500 race. And I got a feeling the ending of that race is going to be even more crazy than this one.
Absolutely.
I couldn't agree more with you there, Dakota. You know, as we do have some drivers down on pit road, let's go ahead and catch up here with Kirby Wainscott as he's pulling into his pit stall. And let's see. Poof! He's got a brand new car.
And ain't that just lucky, as that's the second incident he's been caught in there in this race.
Now he's just got to make sure that he keeps that nose clean for the rest of this race while trying to work his way up inside the top 10.
Corey Crowell looks like he's got a brand new car. Mark Vondell got a brand new car. Dakota Reeder. Yeah, these guys are looking nice and pretty now coming out. Except so far for Troy Thomas in that 88 machine. I'm not sure if he decided to tow or not. I see Kyle Hess did, but I think Kyle Hess probably called it a night, or I should say day. But
yeah, I think Kyle's loaded that car up on the hauler and called it an afternoon.
Yeah, Mark Vondell leaving pits here as well.
So I did just hear something interesting. It looks like the leader's going to be taking the top lane for this restart here. So be looking for him to try to get a pretty good jump here and drop down to the bottom.
Yeah, I think that's the first time all day we've seen a leader take the top side on a restart.
Yeah, definitely a wonderful save out of Cody Benelli in that number 19 machine. But that's not the first time, like Russell said, that's not the first time we've seen Cody Benelli save a wicked spin. So, I mean, that's just no surprise.
I think he goes into test sessions and just practices saving the car from the apron down here at Daytona because every play track I've seen him run at, he's had to do that. So I'm pretty sure he practices that in his off time.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Every time I'd be in a practice before a race, I used to purposely send the car in there completely sideways just to force myself to have to save it. And I
Yeah,
mean, it paid off there for a while because there's a couple times. I mean, there's a couple wrecks I've been able to save and stuff like that. So,
as I say, it's not necessarily a bad idea. Of
No, not at all.
course,
Um,
another thing you could do is put yourself into an AI session with those AI cars because they'll wreck you too. So
oh yeah, I remember I was practicing for the Daytona 24 and we put the AI on there. Them cars, they don't care on the road courses.
no,
They
it's like
don't
they
care
have.
one bit.
This is like they don't have a sense of where you're at on the track. It's like they're just programmed to go in the racing line whether you're there or not.
yeah, so
I
when we
think I've
take the
been.
green, we will have 11 laps to go.
I say I
Oh, that
think
was close.
I think I've been wrecked by AI cars more than I've been wrecked by human drivers in any kind of a race that I've ever been in.
So you're telling me you've not been in a race with Dakota yet? Got it.
Oh,
No, I have not.
oh.
I have not.
So I'm the one that gets wrecked. I don't do the wrecking, okay?
I think I have.
Now,
I think I have some broadcasts to prove otherwise.
which ones? I'd like to know. Are we talking about FARs? Because that's the different situation. But
No, that's not a different situation.
That video is not real. It's AI generated.
exactly.
Alrighty, guys, we're getting ready to go back green flag racing. 11 laps to go here for the last chance qualifier. Your top 10 will advance. Richard Elliott, Chase Mistrada will bring the field to the green flag. Elliott gets out to a good start, and he will drop down in front of Mistrada, just like we anticipated. And Austin Smith quickly to get back behind Charlie Morgan.
Yeah, currently sitting in that 10th place spot is going to be John Ward, and now Blake Veekins. So, I mean, the battle for 10th place is going to be very intense here. But the first, I mean, 5 or 6 cars are signified out and pulling away at the moment.
See these guys bobbing and weaving, coming down this back straightaway. The anticipation level is rising, and the patience is going to slowly wear off.
It's that old saying, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Well, right now they're floating like a butterfly. Let's see if anyone's going to sting like a bee.
Say Brandon Sanfilippo making a juke move to the top there in front of Barry Nelson.
And Barry looked like he was about to send a 3 wide there for a minute, but thought otherwise, as he's going to get all over the back bumper of that 12 machine.
Say one thing I learned about Barry here tonight is he is not afraid to lay that bumper to somebody no matter where you're at. I mean, normally, you know, out of niceness, you know, you don't bump draft in the corner, but Barry has shown that he'll stick that bumper to you no matter where you're at. As you see that bumper still laid to the back of the 12 car going into turn 3 here.
Yeah, by God, it's working though. Oh,
And it has
look
not
at that
come
run.
off. That outside line is starting to come now. Brandon Sanfilippo leading the charge. Barry Nelson right there behind him.
Hey, we're looking at our starting grid here again.
No,
I
we're
gotta
not.
give Mike a hard time.
Yeah, SDK froze while we were coming to the green, and I had to restart SDK.
Oh, lovely. But
Look
look
at
at that
this
outside
view.
line, man. That's probably the best it's
Woo!
looked since the first heat there. That O2 going to come up and throw a really good block there. And that does check out the top side a little bit, as you can see towards the back of the field here.
Say Brandon Sanfilippo will jump down there to the bottom with the 0-2. That's going to leave Barry Nelson up there leading that top side. See what Barry can do leading this outside line.
He's got Blake Veekin behind him, and I know Veekin ain't scared to put that bumper to Barry either. So I got a feeling they're going to be working their way up towards the front here.
Yeah, Blake Beacon, he is probably one of our most, I don't want to call him necessarily an aggressive driver, but he's probably one of the most aggressive drivers in Racer Elite, as he loves to be out front, but let me tell you what, and once he gets out there, it's hard to get him in the back.
Say he's got that bumper to the back of the 28. Now he's going to get the 28 clear of the bottom line. See if the 28 is going to jump to the bottom and block it. Not quite enough time as the 02 is still going to stuff that nose in there. Still side by side for the lead.
Yeah, still side by side.
28 getting a little squirrely coming out of 4. And so we got a car actually taking it 3 wide there.
Yeah, I believe that's might be Alex Teff that was trying to go 3 wide. Yeah, that was Alex Teff trying to make it 3 wide. Right now, he is in the transfer spot, so as long as he can stay right about where he's at now, is going to be absolutely golden. But he's got just about 16 hungry drivers behind him that they want to make it into this field as well.
I don't think that was Alex Tift, actually. That's the 2 machine, sir. That is John Ward in that 2 machine. As he's still up there. Oh, big wreck, huge.
Oh, man.
Well, I know something. The top 3 right now are probably feeling pretty good as they were not involved in that.
Austin Sale, Richard Ode involved here. The 77 of Alex Gates, Mikey Allen destroyed up against the outside wall. Barry Nelson still having trouble getting his vehicle turned around. Frank Chavez in that number 11 machine, I believe he was involved here as well. All right, guys, let's go back and try to piece this thing together. How does that sound?
Yeah, because I did not quite see what happened there. I was looking at a little bit different part of the field. It seems like it's popped off to near the front there. Oh, second place, as a matter of fact.
So let's come back here just a little bit. All right, so it started up with that 12 machine. Dakota, go ahead and walk us through it.
Barry Nelson giving, I believe, the outside lane a really hard shove through the corner, and that's going to break him loose, getting him down there into that 12 machine, which is going to put the 12 up into the wall. And just, we've been seeing this all day. Barry Nelson with some very aggressive pushes, and just unfortunately, that one did not pay off.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I saw too, was like I said, Barry just giving that shot to the 88 there of Chase Mastretta, and unfortunately, not able to hold on to it, getting down there into the 12 car and taking out damn near everybody in the field.
Man, 2 or 3 really hard licks out of Stephen Luttrell. I believe that's the probably Barry Nelson's the 67. I know he was involved here as well. But man,
the one thing the one thing I do want to kind of point out is I think Kirby Wainscott made it through that unscathed.
Yeah, no, he
got a little bit. You got a little bit right there. Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, he did get a little bit of it. He almost made it through.
Yeah, I thought he made it through, but I didn't see him clip the. I don't know if that was the who that was, but I didn't see him.
Yeah, it looked like he made contact 2 times. He got into someone's back bumper, and then it looked like a little bit of a door check there, but hopefully not a lot of damage on that hot rod.
I mean, Kirby's still out on the track. Might not have a lot of damage. I mean, the way that contact had happened, I don't. I mean, he got a little bit airborne. He might have more damage than what it looks like, but I mean, he's still on the track.
If I'm in the top 5 and I'm on the inside lane, I'm very happy right now because
100%.
If there's another caution, potentially here, I mean, that could just be the end of the race. Depending on if we get a natural green-white-checkered or an actual green-white-checkered here, because there's only about 4 laps left in this race, or 5.
5 laps
at the moment.
We'll get the 1 to go this time, so we'll have.
So we should have a
go.
natural green-white-checkered.
No,
yeah, we should have an. Oh.
Green, white, checkered. Yeah.
Well, close enough. If there's another caution, it's going to be a green-white-checkered, and if you're up in the front, you're sitting in a good spot. Because if there's a caution after that, I mean, that's it. The race is over.
Yeah, definitely.
saying, looking at this lineup, as long as my screen is correct, Timothy Eisbrun in the 92, currently P8 after having the issue at the start of the race, going a lap down, getting that lap back with the caution. And right now, as it stands, he's got himself in the inside of the transfer to make his way into the JGT Memorial 500 later tonight.
Absolutely. And I've got you. I changed it back to LCQ. Thank you for catching that.
Pretty impressive comeback there for Timothy Eisbrun in that 92 car.
Yeah, definitely as he's trying to race his way in here, here in the closing laps. And man, my heart just absolutely breaks for Barry Nelson having a very strong finish. Steven Luttrell as well in that 36. Brandon Sanfilippo and Austin Sale in that 3 car. Just, man, really rough way to end it out today. That's for sure.
Yeah, but as we also know, I mean, it ain't over till it's over. They could still race their way in. They're still not out of it yet. They're not out of it till that checker flag falls.
Yeah, that is true.
I mean, we know we're going back green flag racing with 4 laps to go here, and or 3 laps to go, and this the aggressive meter is about to go through the roof.
Absolutely. Alrighty, guys, let's go ahead and call it to the finish. Have at it.
Green flag back in the air. The 02 and the 69 bringing him back. The 02 got a good jump on the outside. Going to probably dip it right back down to the bottom, and he does. Elliott going to lead him off into turn number 1 here.
Yeah, that inside lane just absolutely smiling right now as they're feeling pretty comfortable. We're going to see if this outside lane can get something going here. They're going to have to do so very quickly. As I believe Cody Benelli jumps up to the outside. I'm very surprised by that move.
Yeah, I was saying the 92 had to kind of pull a little bit of an evasive maneuver. The 43 did not get a really good
they're
start
3 or 4 wide, and we got a couple of people blinking back here.
43 did not get too good of a start. Oh, and we're wrecking. Oh, he saved it. No, there it goes.
Oh, I don't know if that's enough to bring out a caution yet. But we're still...
Brandon Sanfilippo involved in that, and there's the caution. And we will have a green-white-checkered finish here. Oh, Alex Teft getting turned late. Under yellow, the 43, Alex Teft getting turned. Not sure who he got turned by, but also took the 888 with him.
I seen what happened to the 43. I'm just gonna leave that for y'all to decipher later. No comment. But there was some good 3 or 4 wide racing there for a moment, and just all hell broke loose. It looks like the 12 came up and got into the 2 a little bit. 2 gets onto the apron here, comes back up the track, and I was gonna send the 12 up towards the wall. And oh my gosh, I know that 88. Oh wow. And 2. I bet you he don't even know that car basically just glitched through his. But unfortunately, these 2 down on the apron, and they're going to come right back up towards the track. Luckily, I think everyone else was able to avoid it for the most part. But then we ended up having a separate incident after this. Looks like everyone's kind of checking up for the caution here, and just, yeah, I'll let y'all.
Yeah, so he's up there in that outside lane, and
Timothy.
Right into more contact there for that 10 machine. Wayne Scott absolutely just cannot catch a break today.
My goodness.
I mean,
Unfortunately,
that 8 car has been running pretty decent as well, involved in this.
yeah, I mean, he's been so quiet. I didn't realize he's got a pretty cool little paint scheme going on.
Cool. No comment on that one either. Anyway.
I was saying, I know you and I are thinking the same thing because, yeah, quiet. No, he's been talking the whole race here. So
Okay, well, I
Uh,
can't hear it on my end. Okay.
yeah,
we're
he's
just
been
we're just
quite.
giving him a little bit of a hard time. He has been on
Yeah,
the radio a little bit, but no harm, no foul. It's just I understand the last one as he was just an
yeah,
innocent bystander
absolutely.
there.
Yep.
All right, the finish will be under review, as we just got that word from race control. All right, boys, we're gonna line them up. Green, white, checkered. Who do you guys got pick to win this race?
Probably the pace
I'm
car.
I'm gonna be honest with there probably being another caution. I'm thinking Richard's gonna win this. And I think you want to be on the inside lane for this restart. So Cody Benelli sitting in a pretty good spot, being at ninth. We got Kirby Wainscott in seventh, Dana Ryan in fifth, Austin Smith in third. I think all of them are good.
I was just gonna say, yeah, all that contact here that Kirby's had in these last couple of wrecks, he's still up there inside the top 10. If we go back to green and we can get a quick caution that doesn't involve the 10, he's gonna be fairly happy with this result, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I'm hoping his feature race goes a little better because he's been absolutely
He's been
abused
through it. He's been
right
through
now.
it.
Oh, now you update. Okay.
It looks like the 78 down there on the apron. Not sure what's going on with him. Uh, Looks like Richard Elliott in the O2 machine going to restart on the outside again as he's been making it work for him here. I think he's trying to work with Charlie Morgan a little bit and help him out as well, and possibly even Austin Smith here, as they've been doing phenomenal up here in the top three this entire race so far.
I'll say I'm kind of confused as to what is going on because we have a green white checker, but yet I'm seeing things of saying that the finish of the race is going to be under review. The race isn't over yet. I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Maybe something during that last wreck sparked a little bit of controversy, so we'll have to
Yeah, I
see.
don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I'm seeing in the chat it just says the finish is under review, but yet we haven't had the finish yet. So kind of confused, not quite sure what's happening, but we're getting ready for this one attempt at the green white checker. We're going to see what is going to happen here.
Maybe it was just a preemptive assuming the review was going to have to happen here.
It was either that or they thought that the white flag had come out, so they maybe thought that that was the finish of the race, but we're not to the white flag.
Well, Timothy Osborne also getting an EOL here, along with I believe the two, or who was it?
Yeah, I think it was the 2 car that got the EOL for the caution. 92 got it for the incident under caution.
So both of them are going to start in the back here, and I'm wondering how aggressive they're going to be trying to get it back up through this field.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
Well, all right, we should be getting ready to go back green flag racing for a one and only green white checkered attempt here. And I mean, guys, how y'all feeling about this?
Oh man, it's gonna be exciting. I think we're in for a heck of a finish here.
I think it's about to be very eventful here. But looks like the 2 car bringing us back to the restart zone, and we're green flag racing as he's going to come out to a wonderful jump here. He's going to be able to drop right back down to that inside as he's been doing so. Blake Veakin trying to, get a pretty good run on the outside, but I don't know if he's going to have enough time to get down there to the inside, and he does not. So kind of just stuck up there. Kirby Wainscott getting a really hard charge up there to get around Blake Veakin as well. And Blake Veakin kind of stuck in no man's land, and I'm seeing smoke. I'm not quite sure if anything has happened here.
Yeah, I don't think anything's happened, but these guys are starting to slice and dice, and yeah, Kirby had a really strong run there on the bottom, even with that damage that he's got.
And
still in a really good spot here.
What is Cody doing? He went to the outside again. I'm very surprised by that move. Maybe possibly trying to help Blake Veakin get in and Richard Ode.
Could be, but we're coming to the white flag here. This is going to be it, one way or the other.
3 wide, beating and banging here, coming through the drive, 4 wide. Oh, we got
on the record, Troy Thomas.
There will not be a caution, so we're just going to see how this plays out here. I'm going to keep a check around that 10th place spot, which is currently Richard Ode in that 78 machine.
I think here is that Troy Thomas. Mikey Allen, maybe in the 57 was the other one. Not quite sure.
Oh, we got another wreck in the back.
Big wreck.
All right, as of right now, Alex Seth in that 43 machine is in 10th, and they're coming to the line. It looks like Cody Benelli's going to get a little bit of a run and get some spots. We got another wreck. Oh, no. Steven Luttrell tried to get through. I think Timothy Osborne might have made it through there, and that's definitely going to have to be reviewed.
Yeah, I'm sure there was a lot of arc breaking right there from what I saw, and a lot of guys not pleased on that. But I was just going to say, at the end of the day, I mean, that's the last lap of the last chance qualifier to get into the 500 here. There's no lifting. I'm sorry, there's no lifting.
So let's go back and take a look at this again. Man, just a big wreck right there. And you see Steven Luttrell back there trying to find a hole and just unable to do so. He almost made it through there. He was so close.
I'll say it. There was a wreck there that Kirby got away from.
Yeah, Kirby Wainscott punching his ticket. And just, wow. That 43 got hit so hard, he ended up getting him into the race, I think, of Alex Teft.
Yeah, Alex Teft's going to finish, it looks like P9 right now. Timothy Eisbrun made it in P8.
But
we'll have to see, we'll have to see if there's going to be any kind of post-race
well, I will say, I think we're safe to interview the top 3 because none of them was involved in any of this. But from there back, it's definitely going to have to be under review. Okay, we'll see.
All right, Chase, let's go ahead and come back here. Let's go see what you saw, my dude. Where you at? No, that's the white flag. I want the checkered flag. There you are. And roll by. Actually, you know what? Let's go inboard. Nice.
I give that avoidance a 8 out of 10.
Man, Eisburn took away 8th real quick. Wow, what a finish.
What a finish indeed. I see we've got the top 2 in our waiting room. I think
again, I don't think we're going to be able to go over final results right now because
yes, we can actually.
I figured it was going to be on a review, but we should definitely check it out. I mean, first we got Charlie Morgan. Second, it's going to be Richard Elliott. Third is going to be Austin Smith here on the podium. Well, I guess let's do this the old school way, bud. So fourth, we're gonna have Dana Ryan. Fifth is gonna be Kirby Wainscott after an eventful race, making it down. We got Cody Benelli P6, Chase Manstrada coming on P7. Timothy Osborne is gonna be P8. Alex Tith will be P9. P10 is gonna be Dakota Reader. We're gonna have Corey Crowell bringing it home 11th. 12th is gonna be Stephen Luttrell. Blake Vegan is going to be P13. Aaron Rowland, P14. Mark Bondale is going to be P15. We're going to have Richard Ode, P16. P17 is going to be Frank Chavez. Barry Nelson, 18th. 19th is going to be Austin Sale. We're going to have John Ward, 20th. 21st will be Troy Thomas, the Nitrous Cowboy. We're going to have Mike Allen, 22nd. Brandon Sanfilippo, 23rd. 24th is going to be Mark Osier. And 25th will be Alex Gates. And rounding out your field, loading it up on the trailer a little early here is going to be Kyle Hess in that 26th spot. And we finally got the overlay to work. There we go. So y'all can check back over that there. Yeah, I don't think that is correct at the moment. I think that looks more like the starting order for some reason. I don't even think that's the starting order. There he goes. No, Charlie did. Charlie did finish her. All right, let's try to get some interviews done here. We're gonna continue with the trend and just do all three at the same time if they're all three in there, and I don't see them, so I guess we're bringing two up here. So we got Charlie Morgan and Richard Elliott. That's gonna be first and second place here.
I'll say real quick here, I'm also just getting word that the 85 of Dakota Reader that finished in P10 is basically going to be disqualified. So Corey Crowell is going to be the 10th and final transfer position into the big race later on tonight.
All right, well, there we go. That was interesting.
Little post race drama for you.
But are y'all two ready for interviews, sir?
Yeah, let's get 'em.
All righty. Let's see. We got Charles and Richard up in the booth. This is Dakota, Russ, and Mike. Y'all got a copy?
Gotcha.
Got you.
Man, I believe y'all finished first and second. Walk us through a little bit of your race there. Was y'all working together on them restarts and such?
Yeah, we were. We had a few other people, but they kind of got moved to the back. So at the very end there, me and Charlie were working together.
Well, overall, I mean, how'd your race go? I know it's a little eventful there at the end. People, the aggression getting a little high, especially with it being an LCQ to get into the feature here. And I mean, y'all's game plan seemed to work out there. So,
Yeah, mine,
Yeah.
I just we started at the front and kind of fell back, and then I was just riding, waiting on pit stop time. And then once we had the pit stops, I got up into, I believe it was like the top 8 or so. And then finally started to make some runs, had some cautions, came out, and then finally got linked up with Richard and a few of the other guys.
yeah, I seen in Heat 1 you had a little bit of an issue, I believe, with Kirby Wainscott. Y'all two got involved in the incident there, and I was keeping my eye on both of y'all because both of y'all was very quick in that first heat there. Sorry to cut you off there, Richard.
You're fine. Yeah, mine was pretty uneventful until we started having the yellows. I mean, everybody was riding up front, and just putting in laps, and then we were just trying to figure out how to try to get everybody lined up because a lot of the guys won't push very much. So that top line got it. Normally, that's the line to be running, but people wouldn't push or stay tight enough, and so we just stayed on the bottom to try to make it to where we could all get there and try to make it to the end.
Well, Russ or Mike, y'all got a question for either one of our top two finishers for the LCQ here?
McCollum Motorsports, who I'm with, I think there'll be 4 of us in there. I'm sure as the race runs and how it shakes out will depend on how much we work with, like Dega Pros, and we'll just have to see how it goes.
No, I was just gonna say, Charlie, you were really fast there in your heat race. Unfortunately, get caught up in that one incident there, kind of forced you to run this here, and you had a strong run, in the last chance qualifier here. So congrats to you on making the field, and same to you, Rich. You had a strong run, for a lot of the heat race, a lot of this LCQ. So congrats to you guys for making the show, and look forward to watching you work your way up through there for this 200 lap main event later on into this evening.
Yeah, and I got 2 more questions for y'all right quick. One, since y'all got into the feature here, now that you've got the race in the heat races and the last chance qualifier, do you think you have more of an advantage to have a game plan set up going into this race?
I believe the game plan is just always the same. Try and get good pushes, and the biggest thing is going to be to keep your nose clean and be there at the end. We know how that can go sometimes, but that's kind of what I'm looking forward to, is just seeing which line can push and remember who can push you good and that kind of things.
All right, Richard,
Yeah.
you got any comment on that as well?
Pretty much same. A couple of my teammates are more of the ride around, let's get the laps in, and I think they told you earlier, Josh will probably be up there banging doors and going to the front, but we'll probably just see how it plays out. Try to stay clean as we can and race it out at the end.
Yes, sir. Well, I look forward to seeing both y'all in there. And for the final question, is there anyone y'all want to shout out or thank heading into the feature here?
Go ahead, Charlie.
I want to go ahead and shout y'all out for the interview, and everybody here at Racers Elite for putting this event on. Got to give a shout out to my people out at Dega Pros. John Ward been kind of coaching me the last month or so on this restrictor plate racing and running with Mark Person. So those are the guys I want to shout out, and just everybody that's tuned in. Appreciate y'all watching.
Yeah, and same thing. Shout out to y'all for broadcasting this. Elite for putting on the event. Everyone at McCollum Motorsports, Kenny, Josh, Chris, and Mark Vondell. Appreciate Charlie pushing me. Worked well together there at the end so we could fight each other in this next race. So congrats on the win, Charlie, and we'll see you all in the big race.
Yes, sir. Sounds good to me. But final thought here is I look forward to seeing both y'all and y'all's teamwork, because y'all seem to have 2 really, really good teams that know how to work together and know how to work their way through the field. So it's going to be very interesting seeing y'all more as competitors versus working together here. But,
Copy.
Interesting.
I was like, it's the that old phrase of Darrell Waltrip, the old co-opetition.
Yeah.
All right.
we'll see y'all guys at 7. We appreciate y'all for taking time to interview, and y'all enjoy your little bit of a break here.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that's going to do it for the last chance qualifier. Be sure to tune back in at 7 p.m. Eastern for the feature, as these drivers are going to be racing for a $500 first place crash prize. We got prizes, I believe, all the way through almost 5th place today. And there's a lot of money on the line, and these drivers are going to be doing everything they can. And if you think the aggression was high now, wait until the end of that race. You definitely not one you want to miss here for the JTG Memorial race here. But if either one of y'all have any more closing thoughts here, otherwise I'm good.
Nah, I mean I'm looking forward to it. I mean I'll be back here to call the action at 7 o'clock, and just want to thank everybody here for tuning in for these two heat races and for this last chance qualifier. We appreciate you guys tuning in to watch, and we hope you come back and watch the big race, the 200 laps JGT Memorial Daytona 500 coming to you live at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time here, right at the Races Elite Network. Hopefully we'll see you guys then.